This goes in amazing for me.
Oh, amazing! Oh, I thought you were just gonna throw it right up there.
Well,
So,
technically, in terms of impact, it kind of belongs there.
in terms of impact, like the spells are really good, but I don't know if Fire Savant's impact, in addition to those spells, is that good. But you
It
can
turns off
try it.
immunity for your big fire spells to go through and just destroy everything.
Very true.
It's boring. But it's like having a big stick. I mean, what it does works. It hurts things. To me, it goes.
I think probably it goes right there, honestly.
I believe because I believe the same problems I have with those two trees are the problem I have with this one. Although I do think that Assassin's more fun.
Yeah, I think that's probably why I just rate Assassin above. Like, it's really fun to play. Fire Savant is better than Battle Engineer for impact, because it's going to kill everything instantly, but it's boring as fuck.
Yeah. So I think it belongs there. If you want to blow things up with giant balls of fire, this is probably the most powerful way of doing it that's not Bombardier. They're both good for the same reason, and I do think I'd have to put Bombardier a little above. Yeah. They literally actually do the same thing. I think that's why it belongs in Amazing too, is because I can't really say it's equal. As a tree itself.
That's true, yes. I think Bombardier is better just because it shuts down the immunity and procs like 3 more hits on top. Yeah,
well, just imagine if Fire Savant existed and gave you Meteor Swarm as an SLA, and that's Bombardier.
Oh my goodness, yes. Oh, if they did that, they would so badly break it. Imagine the melees crying just because they don't understand how melee power works.
Yeah.
Not crying because Sorcerer's better, but...
I have a lot of experience in this tree, and to me, this is in the not good.
Oh, the Frenzied Berserker's a not good.
No, is that Frenzied Berserker?
That's Frenzied Berserker.
That's Swashbuckler, I thought.
No, that's not. We're a while from Swashy.
Frenzied Berserker, absolute god tier.
I think just by Blood Tribute, yes. I was just Blood Tribute all the way. It's gonna be above Bombardier, above Deepwood even, just for impact.
Because the impact from level 2 onwards until epics, pretty much, is fantastic. The tier 5s, just for getting the +2 to crit multiplier, is probably one of the it's definitely up there with top tier melee DPS trees. But has that early survive all rolled into it, plus like extra action boost, sprint boost. There is so much good stuff in this tree.
All right, so let's see here. So we've got accelerated metabolism is kind of cool to have.
I go Raging Blows mostly, but yes.
Yeah, Raging Blows, I can see that too. I mean, you've got Blood Tribute. Why would you need the heal?
You don't need the heal. You just do Mors.
Tantrum, is that even good? It's a 5 weapon with a 50% knockdown.
I don't like Tantrum. I don't like cooldown 30-second abilities, but I could see using it.
I think that if we're talking tier 5s, most of them are cooldown 30 seconds. Like, what is it?
But I find
Holy
with the
Ret
strike through now,
is a 30-second. It's amazing.
You just go Crazy Strike with the focus wide and just kind of go crazy. Crazy Strike is fantastic.
Supreme Cleave is easy cleaving, and it's actually cheaper, or it's less of a cooldown than any other cleave in the game.
Yes.
So it's so good to use.
But you're so AP starved to this tree, I find myself not taking it.
Extra action boost for 1 AP per.
Yeah, top tier.
Like
sprint boost.
I think this one
in there.
If it weren't for the cores, I might actually dare to put it above Beacon, but I think the cores, other than the HP, I just don't like them.
I think Storm's Eye is like pretty kind of crazy now that I look at it.
It's kind of interesting looking, but when raging, your melee attacks have a 5% chance to deal 400 bludgeoning. That's kind of useless.
It's just the Storm's Eye.
Plus 1 damage, 1 stacks.
25 stacks of it.
So it's 25 deadly.
Yeah.
That's a good question. In terms of impact, just for the sake of it, the rogue assassin tree, what is their top? They get 2 dex, 2 intellect, 10 melee, 4 sneaky dice, which is 1d6 per, so that's 4d6.
This is one of the more powerful ones too, by the way. But
I think it's probably a more powerful ability, yeah. Do you think it belongs above Beacon?
But what's Frenzied Berserker give you?
Oh, Frenzied Berserker is giving you more. 25 deadly.
Yeah, plus more though. There's more. There's like 4
con. Oh yeah, there's like melee power and stuff too. There's con. There's stuff down. Well, I don't think do they get the 200 HP?
I don't know. I think they get 100. I'm not 100% sure.
All right, let's see here. We've got 10 melee, 4 con. We don't get the HP. No, we do. We get activation cost is 100 hit points. Huh.
Oh, never mind. That is no
it
HP.
costs you. Ooh.
Oh, but 10 melee power is pretty nice. Oh, 100 hit points. That's not even a blood trib. It's fine.
It's not even... You've got like 80 of them.
Yeah.
All right. I think it's still fair there. I think that's perfect, right? Between Beacon
Plus
and
2
Deep
on the
Wood.
multiplier is just so powerful.
I think that's fair where it is, yes.
Yeah.
So Henshin Mystic. Ugh.
This to me goes into average. I think it's the first member of Team Average.
The first member of Team Average. All right.
Yes.
So I'm going to give a couple of points that I hate about this tree. The 35,000 different abilities that are basic noob traps.
On top of the monk 35,000.
On top of the
abilities.
monks, 35 different abilities that they get by level up that are basic noob traps.
Yeah.
The problem is monk is a terrible, terrible class in terms of design for this game. And probably in terms of design for 3rd edition anyway. Also, quarterstaves kind of suck compared to other two-handed weapons.
But like Void Strike is pretty strong. The healing one they get is pretty nice to have something that's like a 6-second cooldown that heals. That doesn't involve the Dirtle Monk Dirtle. And pretty much one of the better trees. My biggest problem with this is more that it's so niche. It's quarterstaff build. This has got the same problem as the TA does.
I want to throw this one into not good for the amount of noob traps and for the niche. Like, TA has the same problems, but it's so easy to understand that it would deserve an average.
I agree. I think it goes to not good because TA belongs in average.
Yeah. All right.
We might as well put TA. We might as well talk about TA now while we're talking about literally staff tree.
True. All right. So here we are. We're Thief-Acrobat. So I'm going to throw that in average, but we can talk about it.
Because we introduced it to the discussion, we might as well rank it because it's actually the justification for Henshin Mystic being not good. To me, TA is the epitome of the average rogue tree.
It is white. It's great that it has a white background because it is lame.
It's vanilla ice cream. It's margarine, not real butter.
This is the one you eat when there's nothing else available except for sherbet.
Yeah.
You're not going to eat sherbet. It's disgusting dog shit.
I feel like Henshin Mystic has more convoluted stuff, like depending on the level 3 feat that you took, is access to what tier 5 you get. There's just little things like that.
And once again, isn't the dark side better than the light side for this one? Because the light side's good for Shintown, I think.
No, you go the light side.
Yeah.
You go the dark side because the tier 5 is affected by what you took.
So
it's
the
actually opposite of what you took.
All right.
So
I thought that Shintown got benefits from the tier 5 you took, got benefits from the
it does.
level 3
Their deadly line is attached to it. Their deadly line's attached to it, and same with Ninja Spy. But with Henshin Mystic, their deadly line's not attached to it. It affects what your tier 5 is.
Okay. So that actually means that those other trees are probably more limited. I think Henshin's fair there, because you can hit things with a big stick, and it would be understandable. But if you want to get into the tree, it's much more.
I can't put a monk tree above good, and I already know which one I'm going to put there.
I know exactly which one you're going to put there. But now we've got TA there. It's the epitome of average. If you want to have a fun time, it's good.
I think realistically, you could put the monk one at around the same level, and I wouldn't complain overly because they literally have overlap with the same abilities. Yeah.
I can't put that there just because of how convoluted monk is.
Yes.
That's my justification. Like, I think a perfect average is Thief-Acrobat.
Yeah.
It's good to niche. Basically, that's what puts it in average.
Yeah, I'm going to put it there because the lack of synergy with other monk trees.
Yeah.
Well, at least TA can synergize with Assassin.
Yeah, to some small extent, yeah.
Yeah, you get sneaky dice, which is... Yeah, anyway, we'll move on to the next one.
Kensei, all right.
This one, to me, goes firmly into the...
Okay,
this is where Josh bias alert. This one goes to amazing for me.
In terms of impact, probably. In terms of its ability to synergize with even the fighter itself, very bad.
Then I could see putting it at good.
I could see good. And I think a low good even at that. Like, Divine Disciple is still going to synergize well with the healer tree, and nothing synergized with War Priest. But let's be real, it still has some synergy. Kensei kind of really doesn't. It doesn't even want to do the plate armor thing.
Yeah, for me, Kensei goes there because of the sheer... To me, it would go in amazing because of the sheer access to melee power. It does melee powers.
I guess for the thing it does, it is good at that thing. But I'm going to put it really low tier on the amazing.
And it is a really good splash. And that, to me, brings it up a little bit, too. But I can't put it below good, but I could see it going in good.
Now that I'm thinking... Like, I'm trying to debate where I want to put this. I don't want it there. No, I don't. because fighter doesn't get access to self-sustain.
I'm gonna give it the same way because I can't say it's better than the Eldritch Knight Wizard.
Yes.
I don't think it is.
Yeah.
I don't think it's really. I think it's technically kind of better than Air Savant. That's why to me it's like bordering on amazing. I don't think it's better than Arcane Archer. Well, actually, I do.
Here's the thing. I don't think it's as good even as Divine Disciple because all of these classes, to some extent, except for Air Savant, but Air Savant has the best nuke capabilities of all these classes, all of these have some sort of sustain. They can keep themselves alive, minus Air Savant. This one cannot. Kensei can't keep itself alive, so its damage is totally incumbent upon you not getting nuked or tripped and then beaten down over the course of time. Because Kensei has some small defenses, but it's pretty pathetic because it has to abandon the plate armor to do so, which kind of just limits it.
It's once again one of those classes that really shines in a party. As someone's grabbing the aggro or CCing it, you can obliterate it.
Yeah, and Arcane Archer would definitely shine more because that's 5 people able to do significantly more damage, 50% boost. Yeah, rather than one dude doing 100%.
Kensei actually benefits from the Arcade Archer, so
it's just not as good as the rest of them, but it's good.
Yeah.
All right. Oh,
that's God.
Does it belong there?
I don't even know how to really sum this up quickly as to why Knight of the Chalice is so amazing. I'm just gonna say Holy Ret, but it's literally all the tier 5s.
And like when a 5 weapon cleave. All the abilities. Like they got 2 cleaves in the tree. They got what is it? Knight's Training tier 4. They got a charge. They
got a tactic booster. They got a trance.
Their core gives a damage boost to the whole party. It's a small damage boost, but they give an area effect 3% damage boost, which if you've got 30k going on, it's not bad.
They got like Ascendancy, 60 static heal amp.
Oh, Ascendancy and heal amp. Oh. I might have to take a moment.
An Ascendancy just gives Fort Bypass now. Like.
Oh, it's so good. It is easily. I don't know of a tree that's gonna beat that. We're gonna see if there is one, but I highly doubt it. All right.
And everything that it's missing, the Paladin spell list fills.
Or just the Paladin class, like with what is it, Divine Grace?
Yeah.
With the saving throws.
Yeah. Yes, and then you got the spell list giving you basically Holy Sword and Zeal. It's anyway.
Well, not just that, but like the attack, the melee and range power, and the physical and magical
spells. Command and Angel Scan.
Yeah, exactly.
That's 30 Fizzy and Magi and 15 melee power.
It's better than a fighter can get with feats. We proved this. This tree is better than everything. So we might need to move on before we start filleting the Knight of the Chalice. Let's go to mechanic.
Oh, this is absolute garbage tier.
Absolute garbage. I wouldn't argue with that.
Because here's what's going to happen. Someone's going to be like, look, I mainlined mechanic, and then secretly they've splashed a whole bunch of stuff in another tree.
I put mechanic to the best of garbage because it's better than Archmage as a tree. You know what it does really good? It helps you out your Inquisitives by giving you access to the intellect to damage in there and some more sneak attack dice. I will put it at actually. Oh, here's my question: is functionally I have more fun and can do more with mechanic than Enlightened Spirit, but
I agree.
It can't sustain itself. That's another big problem.
Well, Enlightened Spirit
it has the attack speed. That's the thing. It has the attack speed of something like Inquisitive, that 30% boost. It actually has that in the tree.
Yes.
Oh, geez. Do I want to throw it a garbage tier is the question.
It could be going up to not good.
I think not good. I think at light not good. I think Henshin Mystic probably still beats it, but...
I really do, like... It's one of those ones, like, if you're talking about it splashing with, say, Inquisitive...
Then it's good.
It's really strong. It gives you access to
but then again,
stat damage.
Inquisitive would be up here, so it brings it down to about a here range.
Yeah.
So it literally
elevated it. Yeah, it put it to good because it's good synergy with this god thing. Now we'll move on to the next one. Oh, alrighty. I got good.
Oh yes, Nature's Prodigy.
Oh, that goes into amazing.
I think that's solid.
And actually, one of the first amazing tier that isn't a complete specialist.
Oh, now here's the question: Assassin versus Nature's, because I think it beats Fire Savant and Battle Engineer.
See, here's the thing: I need to play test it, and I'll have to revisit this conversation. But I
In
it's
terms of
literally
impact in a party,
it could actually I could justify it being absolute god tier.
mm,
As okay, if we're talking about if you're a newer player
this
or
tree
you're playing
covers
in
your
hardcore,
bases. Yeah.
or you're playing in hardcore where you're basically a newer player, it's such an amazing tree. It's
Mm-hmm.
got like offense, defense, it's got a rotation.
All right, so here's my thing. Its impact in a dungeon. Is its impact as good as Bombardier that can just nuke everything? Or Deepwood Stalker that can one-shot literally anything? Or Frenzied that doesn't die ever, never dies?
And this is why I think it's the first
All
specialist
right.
that belongs in amazing tier. It's
I
know
think it's probably better
it's
than
not
Rogue.
a specialist story.
Mhm.
Yes, because it's not a specialist.
Yeah.
It doesn't do damage better than Rogue.
No, this is actually a generalist, really, Nature's Protector,
It's a
because it has
generalist that
spellcasting,
actually
tanking, damage, and healing. It has all 4 components.
yes, and this is why I'm putting it in amazing. It's the only generalist. It's such a good new player
Yeah,
character
it's
to
so
basically
intuitive, it's so easy to understand. It doesn't have the severe, crazy impact of some of these, but if you wanted, say, Angel of Vengeance, you probably need to know a little bit more about the game than with Nature's Protector.
we'll just put it. It's oddly enough, it would get bumped up to competing at the top tier if we're talking about hardcore server. It's
Yeah,
just
exactly.
that good to just plug and play, essentially.
To be
You
honest, this might be an absolute god tier low value. It would be lower than Bombardier, but I'm going to put it at amazing because I think that it's not
I
quite
think it
that level.
belongs there. I think if you're a newer player or you're not familiar with some of the mechanics of the game, it's a really good tree to explore a lot of those, and it's very forgiving.
Yeah, and also you're a fucking bear eating people.
Because
Like, it's awesome.
your survive is so good. It's got so much survive.
Yeah, but just
Anyway.
the cool factor of bear form does it for me.
Exactly.
Nature's Warrior. I'm
This,
biased
to
here,
me,
so I'll let you start.
I actually put this one in good.
Good.
I love the rotation. I don't think the impact is even as high as the bear.
I can argue that, yes. I think
I
that
played one and
that
it does
deserves to
tremendous
be
damage.
I'm going to put it above even Air Savant. And my justification for that, this is also a super intuitive tree. Doesn't take anything to really think about. It has decent survive. It also is a great generalist. And you can swap between it in bear form like not even just swap between the 2 shapes, but actually work into both trees. It synergizes extraordinarily well.
Yes. And I will say this has been greatly augmented by perfect natural fighting to help your survive in epics.
The bear one is a little better for that. But yes, you do get some with this one.
But I was disappointed to see that on paper, and I haven't tested it. I've only actually done a wolf life. I've never done a full bear life. I've done a full bear heroic. But I've never done epics with a bear.
I had a really interesting sort of experience with that because I would swap between wolf and bear regularly when I was leveling my wolf. So I got to see both of them and how they played out. And I loved playing bear when you didn't have the roar stun. So I at least got to see both of them. It was really fun.
Yeah.
But as you were saying.
But I've never done a full life. I've only actually done a full life as wolf. Well, I'm not quite done it, but 29 is close enough. And I will say the wolf does really, 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 really impressive single target DPS. Lacking strike through is a little bit of a problem. I do think that the wolf.
It's a really tough one, isn't it?
Like I said, I like a lot of the wolf, and even if I was a bear, I would splash a lot of the wolf tree, and vice versa.
Yeah. Now, these 2 trees, I want to make special mention of this because they're placed here for impact. Amazing and good. If we're talking uniqueness, this is exactly what I'd love to see with every one of those trees. These 2 are the most interesting trees of pretty much any in this entire game.
And I like that we're debating the strength of them because, in all honesty, if you're playing one or the other, you're splashing in the other.
Yes.
So almost everybody that's playing Wolf Druid has points in Protector and vice versa.
Yeah. And you can,
Um,
once again, if say the mobs get a little too much, not only will swapping to bear give you more defense, but you can start to clean up the mobs a little easier with your party because you're
yes.
hitting all of them.
Yeah, and the cool thing about natural fighting is it's the same feat line that both of them took.
Mm-hmm.
So when you swap forms,
Oh, it's so easy to synergize the two. It's so good.
yeah, yeah,
I think we could talk about these ones all day. We might need to move on.
yeah. We'll move on. Oh, here's one.
Ninja Spy. Here we are.
To me, this one goes into absolute garbage tier.
You've played it more than I have. I'm going to trust your word, but let's justify it first.
Their core 5s and core 6s are actually good and really elevates it. So in the end game, it can perform. The fact that they fixed the core 5 to actually function really wants me to make this into not good. 10 sneak attack dice is a big deal. But 5 of them are only on burst and 5 of them are static. They do get more in the enhancement tree. But anyway, I'm just pointing out that little fact.
All right, so...
But not getting the multiplier to capstone as a melee, if you're playing melee, and I typically do, is painful.
Well, we're tending to put these in, like, their heroic context. That's why we avoided the epic trees, for this video at least. So, in heroic context, getting it at level 20, you've already ended your career.
Yes, and the 2 sneak attack boosts that you get are core 5, core 6, which means 18 plus.
So you're pretty much at the end of your career when you get them anyway.
No, it's rated R. Like, being good at the game is restricted for those under 18. It's bad. So that's why it goes in absolute garbage to me.
Cool factor alone, it is a really awesome tree. Like the decoys and the smoke bombs and just the junk. Like the cool gadgets.
Smoke bomb not scaling is another problem.
In terms of impact,
if they could fix smoke bomb to scale and maybe go off stuns as an additional DC or something, I think it would really help the tree.
Yes.
Mechanic has this problem too. Abilities later on in the tree that don't scale properly.
Yes. Now, once again, because of cool factor, I'd probably rate it a little bit higher. Not a crazy amount, but a little bit. But in terms of impact, I think that's... I was watching your Ninja Spy. He was pretty bad. He wasn't capable of holding up. Compared to your other builds that you've made that have been, somewhat god tier, this one was underperforming.
Yes.
I think, does it even beat Earth Savant? I think it probably does. Earth Savant's really bad, because acid spells are really bad.
It doesn't belong in Hendrix to... Wow, it might belong in Hendrix to Role Player, actually.
You think so?
Yeah, put it in Hendrix to Role Player.
Put it in Hendrix?
Yeah, it was in absolute garbage tier for me because the training dummy didn't give you the sneak attack dice when it activated. It didn't work as intended.
Oh, nothing works as intended.
But
I think it's probably fair, actually, there.
But to me, it's cooler. It's cooler than the other absolute garbage tier ones. It's got abilities that actually are way cooler.
Yeah.
It's very good splashable with basically getting the 25% incorp. I think is that level 6 or level 12? I don't remember. Whatever.
Yeah.
I think it's level 6 actually. Yes.
Yeah, one of those.
It dex to hit and damage on any of your key weapons. There's some stuff in there.
Oh, it's level 6. Yep. That's not bad.
So to me, it goes in Hendrix tier. It doesn't late game perform well. And actually at low levels, those abilities that don't scale properly, they work. So at the early part of your level experience, you will have fun. The problem is you're going to hit level 10 or 12 eventually.
And then it's going to be a brick wall.
Then you're going to be in a lull. And you're not going to get out of this lull until you're level 20. So hold on tight and strap your boots.
So basically what you're saying here is you're a Chad if you can make this thing work 10 plus.
Yeah, so that's why you get cool points. And then if you're dropping dummies around and, just being cool like that, yeah, you get the nod.
It's fun gimmick, but it does not perform well.